I mean, and the thing about it is, I'm a mix. I like to mix and match armor. I'm not a big fan of just wearing one type of armor, but if I have to, I will.
Well,
but like,
matches.
Yeah, but like for me, it's like I'll give you a perfect example. The armor I want to use in Skyrim, which is one that I've been working on and I'm still working on right now. That just shows you how long I've been doing it. Is I want to use the gauntlets and the boots from the Paladin armor you get in the Dawnguard series. The white gauntlets and the white boots. I want to put probably like a glass breastplate, and then I want to use the final Dragon Priest mask as my helmet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
so
the thing
mix
is,
and match.
yeah, but here's the thing. Because of the way the armors are done, I have one piece of heavy armor and then the rest is light. So the problem becomes is that now I can benefit from the top tier of the light armor.
Right.
Because you have to have all matching light armor, all matching this. So for me, I have to put rank. I have to put.
Are you sieging another place?
It's the same place but higher rank because I rose in rank. Now these orcs are going to be higher level.
Someone else's fortress. Though.
Yeah, someone else's fortress.
Okay.
And I think maybe after this I'll do an online vendetta maybe.
Okay.
Cool.
Which you hunt on an orc that killed another player. It's pretty cool.
But then you have to get perks in light and you have to get a perks in heavy armor.
Yeah.
That's my gripe. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to say that you historically. Sometimes, especially if you weren't a knight, you couldn't afford heavy plate armor, like hardened plate armor, right? So what sometimes people would do, especially if they were like, really like kind of fucked up in terms of societal wise, they would take the armor from the dead or from someone else.
Oh, yeah.
So what you would get is like someone wearing a breastplate, gauntlets, and boots. So it's like they're very protected, but they're not completely protected. And the thing about plate armor, and I mentioned this on the show, is that hardened plate armor, nothing's getting through that. No. Like, video games make it seem like, oh yeah, just keep slashing
like
until you
hot
break
knife
it.
through butter.
Yeah, it's not like that, because then it's like, what's the point of wearing it? What you can do, however, is if you have a mace, you can cave the plate in, and you can crack the dude's ribs.
Now, how heavy is it? Like,
oh, it's okay. So you know what's funny is that it's not that heavy compared to the modern day, I want to say the army outfit.
Oh, you're talking about a plate carrier.
Well, no, plate armor, like real life plate armor. A full suit of plate armor is a little bit lighter. No, I'm sorry, it's a little bit heavier than what the military wears. But the weight is evenly distributed across the body, so it's not that heavy. Whereas I think the military they have all the weight in the back.
The average. Well, the thing about it is it depends on the plate carriers you're talking about. The ones that we used in the Marines was a modular tactical vest that had 4 ceramic plates in it. So we had one in the front, one in the back, and then we had 2 smaller ones on the sides. It gave you kind of like, it gave you a very good, a lot of area of protection around your body.
Did you just take his captain?
Yeah, but any orcs you dominate in online conquest, yeah, you don't get to keep them afterwards.
Okay.
I think it was like
soft-headed.
I want to say it was like maybe like 20 or 30 pounds just with the plates. Maybe more. I never actually weighed it, and I'm not going to look up what it is now, but it's around that amount. Like, if you get, it might be less, because I know that they also have, like, metal plates for armor like that. And if you put all the plates together, you're looking at about 20, 30 pounds with metal plates. We had ceramic plates, so it might have actually been a little bit lighter. But then with us, we had other stuff on our gear. We had, like 200, I had 200 rounds of ammunition. I had pockets filled with other stuff. I had a first aid kit. I had a bunch of stuff on my plate carrier. So if you take that and then you take all the other stuff you have to carry, like a backpack, radio, all that other stuff together, you can wear up to, the average, infantry marine wears up to at least 100 pounds worth of gear. Yeah. On any given day.
Yeah, but it's a lot in the chest and the back.
It's a chest, shoulders, and back,
the plate armor is distributed across the body, you don't feel it as tough. Also, there was a video of, they did an obstacle course where they had military, full plate armor, and they had firefighter, run through an obstacle course, and they clocked in firefighter, medieval plate wearer, and then the soldier.
That makes sense.
But it was all within a couple seconds of each other.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you like how you know, there's what's the word? There's a misconception when it comes to plate armor that it's really heavy, impossibly heavy, and you can cut through it like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but I'm riding a Drake now.
Oh,
Yes, you are.
nice.
All right.
I am Smog.
It's like a mini
Wait,
Smaug.
who's killing who?
Ashgarn the Great just killed Rash of the
He
Hand.
poured poison down his throat?
That's
what it looked like.
I guess so. Or a bomb. Yeah, the orcs are pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal having somebody swallow.
Okay.
That's pretty brutal.
Fire.
I don't see that guy taking any damage.
He
or
is
very
taking.
little.
He is
Very
taking
little.
damage.
You know, despite the fact that you're setting his fucking ass
Well,
on
he
fire.
killed my Drake. Fuck.
Oh,
You
damn.
think you can take this fort? Your overconfidence is adorable.
Aww.
Oh, he called you adorable.
Thanks. I'm gonna fucking murder him.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna stab a hole in him and then fuck the hole in front of all his friends.
What?
Wow. And I thought I was brutal.
And I thought my Saturday nights were exciting.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
I'm so pissed that he had such a short sleep.
Yeah, I wanted
Populous
to.
Michael was a very, very cool person.
He was.
Well, you know what? He called me cute, so I'll recruit him and let him fight for me to help me take this fort.
I am honored.
Oh, now he's honored.
Yep.
I like his
Anyway,
war
I got
kills.
distracted by the Drake. I really should capture those other points I skipped over.
Yeah, you probably should.
So how many guys can you have in your army? Is there a limit?
Well, you mean per invasion?
Yeah.
In a conquest like this, when you're taking a fort, I think it's 6.
Really? That's only guy you come with?
Well,
But-
captains, not counting like the grunts you get.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
Oh, the grunts, I have no
and
idea.
you can only unlock a slot for an additional captain every, I think it's like 10 to 15 levels or so.
And I think the final one.
So you're an Assassin's Creed like freaking Sith right now.
You know,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I thought when I first played Shadow of Mordor, I thought this game was going to be very Assassin's Creedy, right?
Yeah.
But it's not. Well, it is and it isn't. Like, it is very Assassin's Creedy, but it doesn't shy away from, like, you know, true combat. So the game was a little bit better in that regard.
Yeah, that was the thing about Assassin's Creed that got really boring for me because I played the first one, I played the second one, I played the third, and I think that's where I stopped.
Me too.
Because,
Me too.
Yeah, because I said to because the problem was, number one, the combat was garbage.
No, well, it's not that it was garbage. It's just that
It was
they
all defensive.
did-
It was too defensive.
They did nothing to change it.
No.
It was the same combat.
Oh, look, it's got tally marks.
every game. Yeah, see the tally
there we
marks.
go, wow.
Ugh.
He carved them in, too.
Ugh.
But you know what the thing is?
How much My Chemical Romance do you think he listens to?
Yeah, right? Yeah, right? But I think that, but the thing about it is that I think saying that it was garbage is a little too harsh. The point is that it was mostly defensive, unless you were doing assassinations, it was mostly defensive. The
Yeah.
only time it was really offensive in its purest form was ranged attacks.
Or when you had to fight a boss.
Or when even when you had to fight a boss, it was still kind of defensive too.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is after 3 games, it's the same combat, which turned it into garbage in my opinion. It was mostly defensive, and you don't really have that much of a opportunity to really like hack and slash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they started getting more complicated, where it's just like, well, now you have pole armists, and it's like, okay, I want to disarm a pole armist. Nope. And then it's like, all right, you know what? I'm good. I'm good.
Well, you know,
And
it's
then
like
the climbing got too complicated.
you see when you make a new game, especially when you make more than let's go safe and say 3 games.
Okay.
When you make more
Not
than
what I
3
want to do.
games,
Something has to change.
something has to change, and it's not just let's just add more stuff. It's like no, you need to readapt the core gameplay.
Sure.
So you know, a lot of games they don't really see more than 2 games, 3 at most, because they're like a certain series. But Assassin's Creed, I think they're pushing like maybe 8 games. Because you got the first one, the second one, you got Brotherhood, you got the third one, you got Black Flag,
you got
Black Flag,
Syndicate. You have Syndicate. You have the Unity one. That's Unity. It was number 6, even though it didn't really do that well.
Yeah. Origins, which recently
came out, and then there was another one. So I think it's like 7 or 8 games.
Yeah. So, but the problem with these games is that they haven't really changed the core gameplay.
You know what it is? It's that I think people really play it for the extra, because they do add stuff. They don't really change a lot. It's more adding stuff. Like Black Flag added, you can command boats.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. That's their formula. They don't change anything. They just keep adding to what there is.
Yeah, they keep adding stuff.
It's like you know, how much weight are you going to put on your back before your back caves in?
But then the thing about it is other people, they also, the reason a lot of people also do play it as well is going to be the
I'm sorry, was there a Drake in that thing?
Yeah, there was. He was breathing fire through the door, making it hard for us to get through.
You're at L shot.
Oh, dang it. Oh, wait, but hold on. Okay, this Drake's mine now.
Okay, cool.
Never-ending story. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Never-ending story.
Drake's gonna die.
Oh, my story ended.
As quickly as it began. Oh, look, it's Og's cousin.
Gura the Chop.
What are you, a pork chop? Yeah. Anywho. But yeah, they changed the storylines too, because you had
obviously they better change the storyline.
No, but it's like, but you know what the thing about it is, it doesn't seem like it's and that's another thing too. It's not too much of a smooth transition either, because you go from the Middle East to Italy to somewhere around the Americas to, you know, I think it was London was Syndicate.
London was Syndicate.
Then now you're in Egypt, and then you're flip-flopping. You're going from, okay, we're starting from
Black Flag was the Caribbean, I think.
Oh, this is the Caribbean I meant. Yeah, the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of jumping around in a second. You want to talk about a franchise that actually does change its gameplay, that has great stories, changes up the stories, and each game is not well, it's not exactly the same.
What the fuck was that?
He was breakdancing.
Just like
oh, ow, stop.
The Arkham series.
What's taking these guys so long to break down the door?
But the thing about it is that you're changing first of all, you change the playing field every game. You're changing the playing field. You are.
No, you know what game really changes the playing field? The Elder Scrolls series.
That's true.
It's set in the same continent, but in completely different regions.
Exactly. I agree with that too. But I'm saying, but look at Arkham. You start off in the asylum, then you get then you have part of the city. Then in Origins you have even more of the city, and then in Night you have literally 4 distinct islands.
Yeah, but it's still the city.
Or 3 distinct islands. Yeah, but it's different parts.
Oh, come on, really, Norco the Swift? It's my guy. Just don't be afraid of him.
You know what I'm saying?
He won't bite you. All right, there we go. Okay, now go in.
And help you.
Oh, and he's enraged by Grogs. Okay.
I mean, if you look from Asylum to any of the other games, yeah, it changes. Because you go from an island to a city. But I don't see, because even if you go into Manhattan and then into Brooklyn, it's still the city, you know? Like,
way different atmospheres, though.
Yeah, well, yes. But it's still like, you look around the horizon, it's like, I was just there.
Yeah.
You know?
But the thing is, if you look in city, when you look over the horizon, you go, I can't get there right now. You know what I'm saying? Look at Wayne Tower. If you remember in City and in Asylum, you can see Wayne Tower, but you can't go to it.
Well, you know what?
In Night, you did.
But you know what? It's like Asylum was on Staten Island, and then at all the other games, you go into the city, Brooklyn, Queens, you know? But it's like, that's the contrast for me. Whereas, if you take Asylum out of the equation, everything else is very similar. It's just you get more and more of it.
Oh, yeah.
But they did change the core of the gameplay a little bit, or they refined it at least.
And then you got the Batmobile in Arkham Knight.
My god!
Which was
orgasmic!
Yeah, which was and then on top of that, listen, when they released the '89 Batmobile, that was my Batmobile. Period. That was me riding in that Batmobile.
Was that Keaton's?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was Keaton's.
Yes, it was Keaton's.
You know,
and you got the outfit too from the first movie.
Can I be honest? I always liked the Batman Forever Batmobile.
I did like the
skeletonized. It was really cool. It had that bat look to it.
Well, you know what? I think they would have probably. I think they would have probably.
Also, it was angular, and I kind of like angular shapes more.
Yeah. You know what it was? It probably would have made it into the fold if either they had more time or if they just had money to blow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They probably would have made like, hey, here's the movie like 3-pack or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were quick to release the Dawn of Justice Batmobile, the Batfleck Batmobile. They were quick to release that one. They released it, I think, right after Keaton. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, holy crap, that's dope. You know, the evolution of the Batsuit was probably one of the most interesting parts of that game because the Batsuit did change as the games went by. You got, you know, the basic, almost cartoony Batman suit in Arkham Asylum and in Arkham City because they really didn't do much of a change between those two. Then in Origins, you got more of a tactical, almost like a tactical, like combat warfighters type Batsuit, and then you went straight to almost moderately cybernetic Batsuit come Arkham Knight. You know, to the point where he's literally wearing like metal plates and cybernetic gauntlets and stuff like that.
Oh my god!
Wait a minute, did you just get killed by what usually kills me?
Here's the thing. I activated my thing, and then he was jumping on me, and then the thing, I had to tap O.
It's okay.
I was tapping O, and then the reaction command, I was still tapping O. I'm like, shit.
Andrew, you're killing
so
me.
I
You're not,
fucked
you're
that
not,
up.
So you failed the whole invasion?
I failed the whole invasion. I gotta do it again.
Oh, wow.
Andrew, you're not feeding into this conversation. We want opinions from you, man.
Well, he's really focused on the game.
I know he's focusing. That's the way I am. I can't, like, I try to talk to people on the phone when I'm playing video games, and then I just kind of like drift off, and they're just like, hello.
And
like,
it's really
I can, depending on the game.
It's
like
really
how much
different
focus.
in this case, though, because we're just talking and he's just playing the game, so we're creating the
I
banter.
can't actually at all do it because I tried doing it when I was playing Destiny, which I am so.
I think it's the thing you gotta
disappointed.
practice.
I guess.
That. I'm sorry about that, folks. All right.